623.
All right, I'm Orville Carrington, second Vice President of Ttuta. We met today, 23rd of March, in a mass meeting in this venue, Chaguanas South, to deal with issues concerning the early childhood care and education teachers throughout Trinidad and Tobago. To be exact, we would want to update the general membership as to what transpired at the last meeting that we held with the Minister of Education. Now, that meeting was held on the 28th of February. And that meeting was as a result of some of the demands that we were making on behalf of teachers in the early childhood care and education sector. After a picket demonstration outside the Ministry of Education in St. Clair, when the minister called on a delegation to meet with him. The minister and the Ministry of Education is well aware of the issues pertaining to the early childhood care and education sector. And to that end, the minister has indicated, and I should say for the first time, that a number of things would be done to regularize the early childhood sector. And maybe I could reiterate some of the positions that he would have mentioned. He has accepted that there is a need to have established posts for teachers and other staff at ECC centers, and has given a commitment to do so. And as I said before, for the first time we have had that commitment. On the issue of payment for previous service, the minister indicated that this could be done using a formula that is already in existence. In other words, what we are saying now is that teachers who would have worked before and continue to work, their service would come for something. Those who are in the system now and would leave soon, their service would come for something. The minister has also suggested that new contracts could be adjusted to accommodate leave, because as is present, as what obtains at present, the leave that is granted is not the same kind of leave that is granted in the teaching service now. What he was saying is that the present contracts seem to be more suitable for other public sector and not the teaching service. So he has agreed that there's a need to deal with that. He's also suggesting to us that upgrading would be done according to qualifications, and there would be implemented an equivalency system. In other words, people who have different levels of qualifications and of experience, those things must come for something. So those teachers who built the system and who may not necessarily have the required level of certification, right? Their experience would come for something. The minister also indicated that they'll be building some 200 schools within the next 2 to 3 years. And that at present there are some 29 schools that are being constructed and should open soon, right? And of course, in terms of training, he has mentioned that a number of institutions will be used for training. The University of the Southern Caribbean, UTT, Roytech, Predi, and Custad. He has mentioned those as some of the institutions that would be utilizing the training. And of course, the Accreditation Council would work with these institutions to ensure that they are accredited and so on. So that is basically what transpired at that meeting. In fact, it was heartening to hear the minister saying those things, although we were not yet presented with a written, well-articulated plan from the Ministry of Education.